Let's go live.
Hey.
Hey.
Is this thing working? Hello?
Is this thing on?
Anybody home?
Hello.
Anybody home?
You guys aren't funny.
You've been telling us that all season.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, y'all. Welcome to our very first live stream for Three in the Box. As usual, I'm Bill. He's Josh down there. That's Nikki.
Hey.
We are gonna live stream talk America's Cup results.
Ooh. Hey, you guys like my Christmas tree? Do you like it? Come on.
This
Come on.
Christmas
I
tree
put
is
up for today's episode. Normally, I
tree is
wait till the
turning
day
into
after Thanksgiving.
it's turning into podcast lore. Like you're gonna have this set up every year now.
Right? I gotta have something. I want to maybe get like a 3 in a box podcast neon sign on my wall behind me.
I love that for you. I love
Right?
that for your bachelor
Right?
pad. I think that's a great idea.
Thank you. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll get Power Soccer Shop to help us out.
We should get Nikki like a giant banner for her bare wall back there.
Yeah.
Just get like a big
I think that's a
Three in
good
the
move.
Box, like banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
we got 7 people watching in here.
Hey, 7 people.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Not a bad start. So if you guys are here, leave a comment and leave questions for us. We love to answer. Because I think we're going to be doing this for about an hour or longer. Depends on how it goes.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
We will be here until it makes sense to not be here. But since there's 7 people in here, we might as well get started. We are really excited. Again, Three in the Box podcast, powered by Power Soccer Shop. Could not do this without Power Soccer Shop. Want to make sure everybody knows where we're coming from here. But what an America's Cup, you guys. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I was just fully engrossed for 4 days. Don't tell my real job, my day job. I just watched Power Soccer for 4 days. It was fantastic. And that final day, you guys, was wild. Like those last 3 placement matches where all 3 of them had something major going on.
That semifinal game between USA versus Brazil was easily my favorite match of the tournament.
Same.
That was a very cool match, which had implications then, down the line. Like that was the game, right, where the Brazil player, would you tell me, Lucas Ducha, got the red card at the end and then wasn't able to play in the 3rd place match with Brazil. Yeah, that was wild. So, guys, let's start out, the 3 of us, before we get to the questions. Let's start out the 3 of us. What were some of your biggest takeaways from the tournament overall, from the last day, from Team USA? Like, big picture, what did you come away thinking?
I came away with seeing that Brazil is a lot stronger than I thought they were. Their defense was just, I think they kind of started off a little slow, being that, it's a big tournament, everybody's nervous and everything. But I think it really showed up, and especially against us in a semifinal game, because we had just beaten them the day before, 6-0. I believe that's what the score was, somewhere on the lines of that. And then they came out the next day, holding us to 1-0 to a PK in the 39th minute. Yeah. So, you got to hold your head up high if you're Brazil, because yes, you didn't get into the World Cup for 2026, but I'm like, if I'm rest of the world, I'm saying watch out for Brazil.
And Josh, to that point, you got company over there. Josh's mom is crawling behind me.
There's a back.
She might as well stand up and say hi now.
You might as well stand up and say hi to everybody, Mom.
To your point about Brazil, Josh, after they lost Lucas Ducha in that semifinal match, I sort of expected Uruguay to run away with that 3rd place match. That did not happen.
No, it didn't happen at all.
Yeah, Brazil loses arguably their best player and then doesn't seem to lose steam. Has a great 3rd place match where they were in it the whole way.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. It was pretty amazing. Brett is here. He's saying hi with the American flag and gold medal here. So
thanks for joining us.
Brett, congratulations on your your coaching debut.
Yeah,
Big accomplishment. Very
absolutely.
big. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Did Nikki have any takeaways from
Yeah,
the tournament?
what were one or two of your big takeaways from this, Nick?
Yeah, I wrote similar things about Brazil. I noticed, I mean, just in general, all the teams I think really stepped up on the third and fourth days. You could tell like the scores were a lot tighter, and not people like scoring as much, and games were just really close. And then I think it would be really cool. I mean, of course, we want to see everyone make the World Cup, but I really
Right.
wanted to see Brazil make the World Cup, especially
Mm-hmm.
because they were so neck and neck with US in that game on the fourth day. And who
Mm-hmm.
knows like how much they would grow over the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure. And remember when we had Michael Archer on several weeks ago before
Mm-hmm.
this tournament, he was calling like his bold prediction I asked him to make was USA Brazil we're going to move forward. And after the first day of games, I thought Michael's nowhere near right on this.
That's
And then
literally what I thought too.
yeah, like but
Yeah.
then like the last 2 or 3 days of the tournament, Brazil turned around. I'm like, oh, this is where that like this is where that prediction came from. I said this in one of the recaps, maybe more than one of the recaps that we did. But for me, one of the big takeaways was Mexico. Mexico really showed up for me in their first international tournament. I was really impressed with their defense. These guys are very stout defensively
Yes.
against some very, very strong teams in this tournament. They just need to, figure out the goal scoring piece. And once they do that, I think Mexico is going to be a team I think this region's getting better. I mean, I think across the
Yeah.
board, but I think seeing teams like Mexico come in, step up like they did, that fifth place game on the last day of the tournament between Canada and Mexico,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite games of the
Oh, that's a
tournament.
good game.
That was a 0-0 game that went to PKs. And there's two things I want to hit on really quick about, one really quick, and then the second one maybe we'll open a can of worms. But from that Canada-Mexico game, the crazy thing, I don't know if anybody noticed this, and jump in the chat and tell me if you saw this, agree with this, disagree with this. Right at the end, Canada had a corner. And the ref blew the game, like not blew the game, sorry, but like blew the whistle to end the game when it should have been a corner kick for Canada. I thought that was nuts. And I didn't see the Canada bench react to that at all. It's kind of hard to tell, right? Like when you're watching the live stream, if like Tony and Peyton don't call it out, it's hard to see some of that stuff.
Right.
But I thought that was wild. Like I think in every domestic match, like that would have been given, right? Like before. It wasn't like there had been like a ton of extra time played or anything like that. I really thought that we should have gotten that Canada should have had that last opportunity. And here's the can of worms that I'm going to open up. And chat, tell me what you think about this. We have to change the PK rule back. We have to go back to goalies being able to move. That beginning of the PK where Evan, and I'm sorry, I don't know the Mexican goalkeeper's name, but it was basically like those guys got called for moving. They didn't get called for moving on plays that look just like the plays where they got called for moving, if you could follow that train of thought. Like
I kept
it was
yelling at the
so
TV.
arbitrary. Like those guys were moving and didn't get called. They were barely moving and got called. The beginning of that PK was a mess. We got to change the rule back. And domestically, I think we got to change it too.
Yeah. Do you remember the number of the player for the goalkeeping?
I don't off the top of my head. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Let's see. What did Brett say? He said up until his red card, which was his fourth goal violation, they finally called it. Lucas was playing the game of his life. Props to him for that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lucas from Brazil. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with the I've always thought ever since I started playing power soccer, is that I feel like if you can't move as a keeper, I feel like you should move the ball to the top of the box. Dead center, top of the box. So that gives you 5 meters deep reaction space time. Instead of being 3.5 meters from the goal line. Because we got everything's 5 meters related, everything's 3 meters related. Why do we have 3.5 meters related? Let's keep to me, I feel like we should keep it a little more consistent.
I mean, the goalie has almost no chance unless the kicker misses.
Right, exactly.
Well, and And what's up, Brett? Brett Betcher in the chat, agreeing as well. Hey, like I so even in able-bodied soccer, right? Like the goalie, the keeper has like very little chance of stopping it.
Yeah.
But in the able-bodied game, like what you're seeing is that goalie like move around, jump around. I'm a big Minnesota Loons fan, Minnesota United. Dane Sinclair's back there jumping around, like getting in people's heads, like talking at that, like all of that. Like you're using every advantage you have because the advantage is absolutely to the shooter, like 100%. And I don't necessarily mind that in our game, but there's like basically no chance for a goalkeeper if he or she cannot move.
Unless
like
you're Evan Palmer. Unless you're Evan Palmer.
That was an amazing
that
save.
That was the most insane save I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. I mean, that was gutsy to do a 180 on the goal line.
Shout out to Evan.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice save for
sure. That was really nice save. But I think now I didn't realize that FIPA had taken it away, but they brought it and then they'd taken it away of moving the goalie. Now,
and I don't know what the justification or the rationale for that was.
Here's this is why I brought it up, because I was watching the European national tournament, whatever. And I think either this year or the year before, there was a PK situation between England versus, can't remember who it was, but Marcus Harrison was taking a kick for Team England, and the goalie was able to move back and forth, do whatever they need to do. But Marcus kept faking the kick. He would literally fake swing, to the point where he literally got himself dizzy. And I'm like, this is insane. There needs to be a delay of game or something. Or like, hey, you got to kick it now. So I'm wondering if that's the reason why FIPA decided to go back to being able to line up parallel, but not being able to move at all.
But we still saw some of that feigning.
Exactly.
Even with and that really threw it off.
Yeah.
For some of those PKs, like that really threw, because then it's like, okay, did he go early? Did he not go early?
Right.
In some cases, the ref wasn't even like giving the keeper time to like get repositioned after the fake.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think, I don't know, for me, like letting the keeper move just takes a lot of the unnecessary judgment out of it and gives the keeper a little bit of like, I take your point about moving the ball back. I haven't heard like the powers that be, like the decision makers talking about that. We do hear them talking about whether or not the keeper can move. And so I think for me, that's the avenue to like make this more.
I think it just makes it more entertaining.
Yeah,
for sure. Viewers,
for sure. And it gives the keeper like, absolutely. And I think, and I'll end on this point because I want to talk about the first place game a little bit. But I think this proves, and we all know it as power soccer players, coaches, fans, we know this. But this tournament proves how entertaining our game is and how much we deserve to be at the Paralympics. Like if these matches were on television, the way that wheelchair basketball, the way that we see like sled hockey and the things that we're watching when NBC does the Paralympics coverage, this is riveting sports, you guys. Like we deserve 100%. To be there, and this proved it 100% for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm very good. Brett says that was an awesome save by Evan Palmer. San Jose Flash is here. I don't know if that's Faria or Coach Sammy, but hello.
Go Flash.
If you guys got questions, please tell us some questions.
Yeah, and say hi in the chat too. If you don't have a question, that's cool, but let us know. I think Josh can see, but I can't see. I don't know if Nikki is watching, but I can't see who's in the chat. So say hey.
Hello.
Before we get to you guys' questions, let's talk just real briefly about the championship match. Because what did you guys think? Like that was a 1-0 match, USA winning over Argentina. Was that the way you guys expected it to go?
I knew it was going to be close. I just didn't realize how close it was going to be. I feel like a broken record when I say that, but it's true though. I mean, I think everybody in America, I'd say everybody in the world that knew this sport was happening was picking USA and Argentina to be the top two team. So I'm completely blanking on how he scored.
It was a Pete to Riley boom boom on a set play.
Yes.
And it went right in between the two defenders.
Yes, that's right. Okay, yep. I remember now. Yeah. That was a phenomenal play. Philly, USA, like way to score. I mean,
very Minnesota shockwavy.
Yeah.
Says the guy who got beat by them all the time. It's trauma speaking.
I'm so glad I don't live in the Midwest.
Right.
Well, I mean, USA scored in a very USA way. We are very known for our set pieces, and it's very evident. I believe we scored 27 goals as a team.
Really?
And I think maybe 24 of them were set pieces.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, it was just dominant. I mean, everybody knows what USA is going to do, or not really, because they had some new ones in the repertoire this year, and I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. Way like this one where like Riley's going like this on a corner kick, and then he's going off the court, back on the court, and Pete hits one off his back wheel. Like, how the heck did that go in? I mean, that was insane. So
somebody's correcting you in the chat, Josh. 29 goals overall.
29. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Do we know who that is?
No idea. Okay. No idea. But 29 sounds right.
Thank you for correcting us.
Yeah, whoever just corrected Josh, I want to give you props. So tell me who you are. Also, Michael Rayton scored some goals.
He did.
So while we're on the subject of goals being scored,
yes.
I mean, I think Riley. Oh, what's up, David?
Hey, David Downs here.
We have a champion himself in the room.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, Michael and David, I mean, really kind of lit this up. Like that was one of my big takeaways that I had. I mean, like Michael and David got a lot of time, played really well, slotted in really well. I was really impressed with those guys, and Ryan Connolly as well. Like showed up. You know, I didn't know what to expect from Ryan. I thought, you know, he looked good out there after he kind of shook the cobwebs off in the beginning. I thought he looked like he belonged out there. I thought all of our, you know, newer team members held their own, and was impressed with that. Yeah, it was really good. I mean, Rayton scored 6 goals in his international debut. Dowling got 2 goals in his international debut. But Dowling, he was playing that center position. David the Dominator.
I like that. Who coined that? Brett, did you coin that? David, when David comes in, it's like what Peyton and Tony were saying. There is no drop-off at all.
I love it. Because David sliding to the center, I said this on one of the recaps, but like David sliding to the center and giving Riley Johnson the ability to like look for goal scoring opportunities all the time. That's awesome. And we're going to need that when we start to see teams like France and England. I mean, that's going to be really important. So I loved that.
Yeah. I thought it was really phenomenal. And so I was very pumped to see David in play, because I really thought he added a whole new element to the squad. And Michael is fearless out there too, with 6 goals, and he had some game deciding goals too, and we all know he scored a hattie in one of the games. I think it was the Canada game, wasn't it? So
probably, because that was the game where he scored like 10 goals or something.
Rayton is a dog.
Rayton doing Rayton things too, though, because he had, I don't remember what game it was, but he had like some sustained time in the box where he's just like going at the defenders like, nope, the right doesn't work. Let me move you left. Nope, the left doesn't work. Move you right. Have you seen how I just drive this ball over the goal line? Like
I was watching that, and I said that is the most Michael Rayton.
Yes, exactly.
That's because I play against him all the time. And that's his move. That's his bread and butter. And 9 times out of 10, he will do something. He will make something of it. Whether he scores on it or lets it go behind him and let the teammate make a move on it. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited for the future of our squad moving forward. Not just this coming World Cup, but for the future. With Rayton only being 16. So, my goodness. Michael Spitfire Ling. I like
Just
it.
dropping nicknames in the chat. I
love
like it. I like
Yeah.
it. Keep them coming. My last thought before and start dropping your questions in the chat, guys, or just like hot takes, whatever you guys want to talk about next. But my last takeaway, Josh, you mentioned kind of while you were talking that, you know, it ended up the way we expected, like USA, Argentina at the top, like Canada and Mexico, 5th and 6th, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you'd have asked me to predict like 1 through 6, I think mine would have looked pretty close to what it ended up. But the way we got there was different for me. Like how Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil all played and competed surprised me, and maybe like I wouldn't have expected their paths to be the way that they were.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now that kind of brings up the question of if Lucas Dutra had not been red carded in the last pool play. Oh, sorry,
it was like the last
semifinal game.
Play of the semifinal game. Yeah.
If he wasn't carded and he played against Uruguay, what do you think the outcome is? Do you think the outcome is the same, or do you think Brazil takes the final 3rd spot and goes to the World Cup?
I don't know a lot about like Brazil's history in their team too much. I mean, like we said earlier, they did really well without him also.
Yeah.
But I do think there's some amazing chemistry between Barbosa and Francisco on the Uruguay team. And so I think any team playing against that dynamic duo is like in for a challenge.
Yeah, we can't forget about Michael Diaz too. I mean, he scored 3 goals in that one game in that same exact play every single time where Francisco Wild sends it, Barbosa opens, and Marco's like, and just punch it in. So every time. But yeah, I'm curious. I think maybe Brazil takes it if Lucas was playing in that 3rd place match. But we'll never know.
Well, like I said, I kind of expected, honestly, I expected Uruguay to run away with that match when Lucas wasn't going to play in it. Like that was the way I saw it going, and it super did not. So you add him back into the equation, and I totally agree. Like it could easily be, you know, we could be seeing Brazil at the World Cup instead of Uruguay.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, they proved it. David said Uruguay reminded me of a bunch of Premier Cup teams who play a 2+1 style of a game. Now, I'm not really familiar with that style. If you could explain that to me.
Please write us an essay, David, in the chat on exactly what the 2+1 is.
Or you could just come on here.
or just turn your camera on.
Brett said with Lucas, Brazil wins it.
He agrees with you.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, Uruguay's a tough team. Like, I don't want to take it away. But, yeah, I think Brazil, like, I think it would have been – yeah, I think that upset would not be such an upset based on what we saw.
No. And I forget, what was the score of that game? Of the 3rd match?
1-0. It's 1-0 Uruguay.
Okay, there you go. So, okay, Dowling said 2+1 in my mind means they use 2 primary players, and the one is sort of the far side winger who is mainly there for the tap-ins. Yeah, okay, got it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that is the style that a lot of not just Premier Cup teams, but a lot of USPSA teams, like a lot of our domestic teams play that way. I think my team coming up played very similarly to that, where you just have like a weak side winger and it's really a 2-man game. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. I will say that semifinal game against Brazil, against USA was just easily my favorite. I mean, to end the game on a PK was the most anticlimactic way to end that game because it was so close. Everybody was on fire. The benches were going out. The coaches were getting into it. And to end it like that was like, oh, man. Like, look, I'm happy we won. Don't get me wrong.
It's very tough for Brazil.
Yeah, and from an entertainment standpoint, my goodness, wow.
But I'm curious, like, and if like if David or Brett or anybody wants to chime in here, and don't feel like you have to, but like I'm very curious what the mood on the bench was during that game, because like I felt like that was if like the vibe coming through the TV was like, this is frustrating for us, right? Like we have had a number of opportunities, we've manufactured a whole bunch of different ways to try and score, and nothing's gotten through. Like I felt like I had a sigh of relief when that PK went in, right? Because like for the vast majority of that second half, like I at home was like, could we not win? Like, I don't even want to say the L word, but like, could we not win this match? Is that a possibility? And it really started to feel like it was until that red card, right? And then that sort of flipped everything. But I would be curious to hear, and you guys don't have to like give us trade secrets, but I'm really curious what the mood was. Was it optimistic, or was it like, this feels heavy and we are trying to get something here, and it was as frantic as it felt?
Right.
Exactly. David says.
Yeah, David. I mean, even the man that was playing with said we all held our breath.
I was with my brother at home.
Hellos from some people, so thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Michael Sack, what's up?
We got Connor.
Connor from Motor City. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Let's see. What else did I feel like we missed a comment here. Okay, so Brett said, I feel like the refs allow more contact than usual for the America's Cup.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that.
I was too.
We've talked about, I think you and I were talking about this on a recap, maybe Josh, but like,
maybe.
That's not how it's going to get called at the World Cup.
It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be tighter.
I think it's going to be tighter. I think it's going to be tighter. And I think when I watched the last World Cup, I was like, man, like, and that was my first like exposure at all to international power soccer ever. And I'm like, man, why? And I was getting like mad, like, why are they calling all these 2-on-1s? And now I realize that's how it gets called at that level in those places. So like, I feel like we need to try and adopt more, and I think they're trying, but I feel like we need to call it closer, call it tighter. And you won't hear me say that in the domestic game as a coach, because I hate it. Like I'm a contact coach. Like I play to that. I like it.
Right.
Within the rules and within player safety, of course. But like, I like a looser called game as a coach. But like, if we want to prepare our national team players to go win a World Cup, we gotta tighten that up a little bit. Those calls, I think.
Right. Okay, so we got. Okay, who do we got? We got. Brett said one of the unique things about the power national team is depth and quality of talent across the entire bench. Yes. We're pretty stacked.
Deep and getting deeper, for sure.
Yes, for sure. I agree. David said, honestly, the friendlies in England felt pretty similar, if I remember right. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
And full disclosure, I didn't see those friendlies, so
I mean, we could only watch one of them because only one of them was live streamed. But I remember that game being pretty entertaining as well.
So you think, David, they were called similarly to the America's Cup game? Is that what you're saying? If I understand.
We'll get back to that. Yeah. Let's see. Michael Sack, hey, notice the Christmas tree. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, I love it when people agree with Bill. Thanks, Scott. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Scott Goodman's here. Hey, thank you for all the amazing pictures that you took at the America's Cup.
Yeah.
Phenomenal pictures, as always.
Nathan Mayer in the chat. What's up, Nathan?
Hey, everybody here. Hey, can we get a roll call in here? Who's here and who do you play for, domestically or country-wise?
Yeah, if you haven't said anything in the chat, drop in and let us know.
Please. If Brett just texted me like, I did roll call. So here we are.
He sent me text you. My phone's blowing up over here. I'm trying not to look at it. Appreciate y'all joining us, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President in the room. We got national team players in the room.
Got like half the board on here.
Love it.
Okay, so David said, I mean, contact-wise, it was pretty open on the front of the guard. Behind the markings on the guard, I think it was called a bit more strict in England.
Gotcha.
Okay, got it. Okay. Is that why you guys had the blue tapes on the middle of your guards? Because I hadn't seen that before.
Oh.
Yeah, why does everybody in USA has that now?
I would agree with it being stricter in England because I remember some of the games I watched, you couldn't even hear the contact in like on the live stream, and they would call it, and then
it was like a little love tap.
On this cup, you could hear the chairs like scraping together, and nothing's being called.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, what do we got? Connor says, Bill, I know how you feel. It's so annoying when obvious contact gets ignored. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it just needs to be consistent. Like international play, it needs to be called the way it's going to be called. And I'm not an authority on that. Like, I don't know how they call it. Like, obviously, there's guys in the room that would know better than me. But it feels like it was tighter at the World Cup than this.
Yeah, and what I noticed also this at this America's Cup, nobody really went off the court on purpose because we all saw
except for Lucas.
World Cup. Well, except for Lucas, we don't have to talk about that. It was kind of awkward. Anywho,
a couple people went off the court.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the World Cup in 2023 where Dickey went off the court on purpose because he was trying to avoid the 2-on-1, but not knowing that internationally that's a huge no-no. And I know it wasn't just us; some other countries did it too. You didn't see that this time around, so I'm wondering if people are just becoming more aware of that. That's a huge.
I would hope so, because that's a pretty rough punishment for that. You don't want that.
Scott Goodman says, solid grounding by Nathan. Amazing. Nathan.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with David also. I kind of don't mind contact, but I'm sure it's difficult playing across different tournaments where it's called differently, where you might be used to contact in the US, then you go somewhere else and it's not the same.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would also say I like contact. As long as it's consistent, that's fine with me. But like you said, every country's got their own interpretation of contact. So David just said, South Americans and North Americans play a more physical game, while the Europeans play it more finesse and yes.
Yeah, that's how it looks. That's like to an observer, that's what I agree with that.
I totally agree with that. I mean, I watch a lot of international stuff, and I noticed that huge difference between Europe and the Americas team. And so I kind of want to see that here domestically. Like, I want to see a little bit more contact. I mean, I know it's not a non-contact sport, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool, looks cool, and it keeps the flow of the game going.
That's true.
Yeah.
Calling every single little tap is like very choppy.
It ruins the quality of the game, and then it doesn't become entertaining for people that are watching
or playing.
Or playing, exactly. You can't get any rhythm going. Basically how the out game works too. Yeah.
Well, and how the outdoor game. I mean, like, go turn on any like outdoor soccer podcast right now, and they're talking about the same thing, right? Like how games are called and like how it's different. This ref called it that way, but this ref called it this way, or this was a foul in the first half but not the second. Like this is how soccer is played, right? This is how Josh is showing off the merch. This is how it's played. This is how it's called. Like it is. I think the subjectiveness and the sort of discretionariness of it for the officials, I think, is part of what makes it fun, right? Like, is part of what makes it interesting.
Okay, so Nathan says that's a rule change. No longer a yellow. They thankfully changed the rule. It is now either let go or just called a 2-on-1, not a yellow anymore. Oh.
If you go out of bounds to avoid it.
I think he's talking about go out of bounds. Yeah. That really changes things. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, leaving the court. Yeah, I thought it was pretty aggressive at the 2023 World Cup to have that rule. Okay, what did Michael say?
He's talking about your Christmas tree.
He wants to know what your favorite color is on the tree.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, this is lore now, Josh. Like, your Christmas tree is a part of this now.
Did I start something?
2 seasons in a row we've had.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, don't. He doesn't need it.
I mean, I did have to color in white earlier, but my mom, she said for the purpose of making it look good, she just changed it to just white, which I think it looks nice. But.
For anybody who wasn't in here at the very beginning of the live stream, Josh's mom was crawling around back there messing with the lights while we were getting started.
She's like, I don't like the way it looks. It's got to change.
But he asked what your favorite color is, not what your mom's favorite color.
My favorite color? I'm a classic guy, so I like the white. So yeah, warm white.
Would we call white classic, or would we call is it like red and green?
It looks yellow.
The classic.
I mean, it's warm white, right? I mean, so now we're getting off track here.
Welcome back to 3 in the Box podcast, all about Josh's Christmas tree.
Hey, it's what the people wanted.
It is what the people want, obviously. Michael is asking if we think that the refs call too many 2-on-1s.
In the America's Cup, I think it was
Josh's mom.
Oh my God, my mom is in here.
Mrs. Berger. Sorry. It was adorable. I loved it. That's why I was calling it out.
You didn't have to call her out.
Somebody's got to make Josh look good.
Hey, my mom. If anybody's gonna make me look good, it's my mother.
Absolutely.
So, she did my hair. She told me to shave, so I gotta shave. And so, don't want to get.
And good on her for that.
Yeah, exactly. I trust her. So, 2-on-1s.
What do you think? Too many calls?
How come my dad's not in here, huh? All right. Does anybody else have questions?
Hey,
we have a question.
Answer Michael's question about the 2-on-1.
I think it depends on the ref.
It seemed pretty fair for most of the games. But yeah, like we said, every country got their own interpretation of 2-on-1s, and we did have a lot of. We had a couple of European referees, some South American referees that were there, and then we had our guys too, McCoy, Doug.
George was there.
Yeah, thank you.
There are a couple other ones too. I don't know their names.
Mika was there from Finland. I can't remember the other ones, but there were a lot of them.
Yeah, there were more than that, but
yeah.
I think.
What do you guys think about the 2-on-1s? I mean, do you think it was called fairly? Was it too tight, too loose, too many advantages being called? Not enough advantages being called?
I think it just depends on the game. Every game was kind of different.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think the flow kind of dictated the 2-on-1s too. Like, was it getting a lot of action, so they were kind of letting things go a little bit?
David with a hot take in the chat.
I might get some flack for this, but I think the 2-on-1 calls should be tighter. Oh, okay.
Never heard anyone say that.
Yeah.
I like that they're called a little looser domestically, especially at the lower levels. We've talked about this on the podcast before, so I won't beleaguer the point, but I think, you get down into President's Cup, Founders Cup, some of those teams, they're learning how to do this. So I like that the way those are called, they're if they're moving away, it's usually not a 2-on-1. I think that's fair. Right. I think to David's point though, at the top level of our sport, it needs to be called tighter. And I noticed right away in the first game, Team USA, I think it was the Canada game, you guys had obviously practiced on getting the heck out of Dodge after the passes. Sorry, the Mexico game, you're right. Mm-hmm. But you guys, our guys had clearly practiced getting out of Dodge when the pass was made, because I was really impressed with the movement, not just in that game, but I was noticing it in that game as, sort of the first match I was watching. I think we missed some stuff.
So let's see.
Charlie said that some advantages lasted very long. Yeah. And Brett said that the refs are watching for the advantage on the 2-on-1s. And if there was nothing substantial, they let it slide.
Well, Brett retracted that comment on YouTube, so we won't talk about it, I guess.
You retracted it?
You retracted what he said. So
because
I guess it keeps it on his website.
I see.
Yeah, I feel like some of the advantages did last a little long.
They did.
I agree with that. Some of them were excessively long, and my dad and I were yelling at the TV like, Daddy, the advantage was insanely long. So I don't know. Yeah, like David said, my reasoning is that we have an entire pitch. We should utilize. I can't see because it keeps moving up. We should utilize all the space we have, and there's literally no reason to clog up any channel / lanes. Yeah, good point. The court is wider, so why is there 2-on-1 to begin with when we're playing on a wider international court style? Yeah, David, I've always wanted to know this question is how different when you're playing domestically court, our domestic court versus international court. Uh, Obviously, there's a lot more passing, but how does that change the way you play?
And I would be interested to hear if Nathan is still here. I would be curious
yeah,
how it changes what Nathan's doing back there. And Nathan, just a quick little shout out. Like I noticed myself, especially in the earlier games of the tournament, like there was one in the Mexico game where I don't think I had seen you all game, and then all of a sudden you were just like all of a sudden like in the play, like
yeah,
camera wasn't even on you, and then like the
yeah,
ball looked like it was gonna roll down, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna see Nathan, and Nathan's
yeah,
like already like
yeah.
on top of it. I was really impressed with the positioning. I wonder how your angles change if they do when the court gets wider.
Yeah. And and Nathan came in a clutch a couple of times too. Like the ball was coming back the other way, and then he would just come out of nowhere and just punch it back.
He was there every time.
Keep
Yeah.
keep the play alive. And same with
Yeah.
Dickey. He did the same thing too.
Keeping
So
it in the
kinda-
offensive zone for us. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So LW4533 said, I agree with Peyton. Fit button needs to go back to the old rules. Let the goalie move on
PK
PKs.
rules. Yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
I agree. Again, I think it makes it more entertaining, and I think it also makes it not so automatic for the team that gets the advantage. Yeah, it's just because you saw in the PK game to finish third place, the PKs kept going and going and going and going because until somebody misses, or if you're Evan Palmer and saving a goal. So there's that. Nathan said, "Thank you. Yeah, it's different for sure. You have more time, but yet you feel so far away. It definitely is an adjustment. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And to David's comment, thank you, Nathan, for addressing that because I was really curious how that was for you guys in the back. Mm-hmm. But to David's comment, I would love to see our courts be bigger. I just it's. I mean, how many of us would not have practice space if it wasn't a standard basketball court in the United States? I have a hard enough time finding gyms now. But I mean, it looks like a more natural surface for the amount of players that are out there, especially when you're talking top players in the world trying to do fancy things. I mean, it makes sense. I just don't know how we would do it here.
Yeah. Okay,
Michael Rayton in the chat.
Oh, hey.
We were just hyping you up, buddy.
Wow, where have you been? Okay, so he said, I think they need to change the rule that a kicker could be called for a 2-on-1 after a kick.
Oh,
interesting. Hot take.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take right there. Huh.
I've never even thought about that. I don't even know how to react to that.
It never occurred to me for that to even be a thing. Okay, I mean, you do have that 5-meter spacing.
We practice that at practice. We practice the kicker getting out of the way as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Not because you don't want to get to 2-on-1, but because you want to get to your spot after you kick.
I used to just irritate the heck out of Tyler Engel because every time he would kick the ball in for Warriors and knock it out of the way, I'd be like, Tyler, what are you doing? Tyler, what are you doing? Tyler, where are you going? Watching. Tyler, what are you up to? Just he'd spin and come out of it, and I'd be like, where are you going, Tyler?
Stop admiring your own shot.
Tyler's fantastic, by the way. Not a dig. So lucky to coach those guys, but that was one thing I would always harp on him about.
So David said, I just think there needs to be more clarity on that in general. We got burned for it at the last tournament. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
More clarity on what? Sorry,
we're talking about the 2-on-1s, or
needs to be more clarity on that.
Who are you talking here?
Okay. Oh, are you talking about the 2-on-1s after the kick? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, really? Okay.
Also, I don't know if Rayton was here when Brett gave him the nickname Spitfire, but you got a nickname earlier.
I like it. Kicker being a part of 2-on-1. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I never thought of that, honestly. I mean, certainly think about it when you're designing plays. But I've never thought about changing the rule. It's interesting. It's an interesting idea.
It's a really interesting idea.
I don't know how you'd enforce it though, because when is that in effect, and when is it then not in effect anymore, right? For how long is he not a part of, or is he not
If that's the case, does the motion plays take a hit? Like if you're doing USA style motion where like two people are next to each other on a corner kick or the kick in, what if somebody could just come in and just void that play immediately, couldn't they?
Well, no, because I think he's saying that the kicker would not.
Okay.
I think he's just talking about the kicker.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it actually gives then like an advantage to the offense in those situations, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah, we don't want the whole tush push thing, with the Philadelphia Eagles or anything.
Jeez. Hey man.
Sorry for any Eagle fans out here.
No, don't ever be sorry to Eagles fans.
Actually, no, I'm not sorry.
I'm never sorry to any Eagles fans for anything, but hey, if it's within the rules of the game and it works, I'm not faulting anybody for it. That's
such a cheap thing to do. But anyway, that's
we could argue about that, Josh. We can argue about that later. If it's legal, much like, hey, I'm going to call Michael Rayton out again. Much like there are people in our game, Tony Jackson, who think that you shouldn't be allowed to drive the ball over the goal line. Right. And my man Michael Rayton, we were talking about you earlier about like that style of your play.
Yes.
Every goal is worth 1 point, man. If you drive it across, if you kick it across, sorry, those goals are worth the same amount of points.
That is the question. How do you guys feel about that, about carrying the ball in?
Oh, man, we're going to really open up some cans of worms now.
We are. Okay, so Rayton said if they only kick it, they are not part of the play, but they hit the ball after they're part of it. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, got it. But says I hate the tush push. We all do.
Team tush push over here.
Yeah, team tush push.
Team drive it across the line too.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Maybe that's what we call Michael now, tush push.
Dragging, pushing, however it crosses the line, Nathan. Yeah. Sorry, goalie. If the ball crosses the line, that's a goal for me. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that's my Hey, we used to have to figure out ways, like, as a President's team to score against you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. If I can get it across the line, that's a goal.
Yeah.
I'm taking them any way they come.
Okay. David said, I don't think dragging the ball over the line should count as a goal, regardless of it if it's rolling or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we
can all be friends and disagree. That's okay.
Exactly. We can't consider that a goal if we're calling a sport we're playing soccer.
Oh.
Okay.
I see. Okay. All right, David. I see how it is.
It's just too bad we can't kick it in the air.
No. Yeah, although
there was a ball that went airborne, but it was not 20 inches. I don't remember which game that was. I'm pretty sure it was not us.
I know.
But I'm like, you know what? But that still counts because it went right over the guards, and that's not 20 inches.
I think it should have counted, but it didn't, right?
Correct. Yes.
And there was another time where one went like past someone's head, and that one did count as a goal.
Yeah. I don't remember who was that, but I just like there's got to be some consistency here. Like the ball is okay to go airborne. It's not forbidden from going airborne. Now I'm gonna do a little throwback to even the 2017 World Cup. I know it's gonna be rough to hear this, but the game against USA versus England in 2017 World Cup, the ball went airborne, but it was still underneath the height of the bar that holds the PVC piping.
The metal, like the red part, you mean?
Yeah, exactly, that one. And I think that's kind of when Nathan went wild on his chair.
Oh.
Sorry, Nathan. I don't mean to bring that up.
I saw that.
But
I didn't see it wake up, but I saw that clip. Sorry, Nathan.
Yes, it went viral. Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Viral enough. But to David's point, I mean, you would have a much better idea than I do, but it looked very inconsistent. Like, especially in the second half where that ball was like bouncing around like crazy.
It was really jumpy.
I don't know if it was like overinflated or what, but like it looked like and I don't know. Like a couple years ago at Nationals had a little bit of a breakdown about this coaching because like I feel like even domestically, like how we call ball in the air stuff, for better or for worse, right or wrong, has changed. Like, and maybe it's because I started coaching at the lower levels. Like I started in Founders and we came up, but like they used to call that for being in the, like if it was over a guard, they were blowing it dead. It didn't matter. Right. And then we saw ones, I think this was a Tidewater game last year, Nikki, where the ball like flew like all the way from one end of the court to the other. And they just like let it roll. And I was like, what are they doing? Like, how are they not blowing that dead? That ball was like in the rafters. Like, well, nobody was near it. And so
I mean, if it's not affecting you, I mean, they did that in this tournament. I don't know who it was, but I was like, oh, they're gonna call it, and then they're like, oh, the whistle hasn't blown yet. Keep going. So it's the old saying, play to the whistle.
But I saw a lot of players like, and I don't remember which game it was, Nikki. Do you? I swear it was one of your games.
It was, because I was a goalie and I thought the ball was out, and I almost didn't do anything.
Exactly, and everybody kind of stopped and like watching it. It was like, oh, that ball was clearly dead, like on the other end, but they didn't blow the whistle. And to your point, I mean, yes, you know, we're all coached as kids, like we should be, play to the whistle. But that just was very consistently a dead ball for a long time, I thought. Domestically, anyway.
Yeah, Nathan said the ball hit my hand. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he went haywire off the court. That was.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you meant in this one.
Yeah. But shout out to, for, you know, now that we're talking about, you know, ball being airborne, shout out to Doug Wolf for making it entertaining for us and people that are watching, because I think the ball, it was a Mexico game or something, and the ball kind of went airborne and it hit somebody in the face. And Doug being Doug, was being funny, and I could see him doing the head motion. So he said, "There's no headers in power soccer." So, you know, Doug being Doug out there. No headers.
Right on. How long have we been on?
Well, we've been
51
on here for 51
minutes.
Yeah, but people are still here. We got 18 people watching. The rest of them, fantastic. Yes, they did.
Agreed.
They did a phenomenal job.
Agreed. I know I gave them all a little bit of flack, but that's part of the job, and we're grateful to everybody who's willing, all the refs that are willing to be a part of this and do this for us. Incredible. Couldn't do it without them.
Right. All right. So Looney, hello, Kilo. Should it be red or yellow for a defender to cross the line by Brazil versus USA? Now, it was my understanding that if you go behind the line and you're not the keeper and not save the ball, it's a yellow. Yep. If you go behind the line and not a keeper and save the ball, it is an automatic red. I've seen that firsthand several years ago, so I don't know what it is on the international level, but that was my understanding.
I believe that's the rule, and I'm sure it's the rule domestically.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's also the rule. But do you guys agree with that?
Do I agree with it?
I think that's the question. Should it be a red or yellow? Should it be?
I think. Okay, Scott said the same thing. Kirsten got hit by the goal line. Red card. Yeah.
That's right. Was that at Nationals?
I think it was at Nationals
last year.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
But I do like the rule of having a yellow when you're not, if you don't save it, versus the red if you do save it. They shouldn't be able to go behind, because that would disregard the whole goalkeeping rule. So then goalkeeping wouldn't even matter if anybody could just go behind the goal line. So yeah. Okay.
It's interesting because the vast majority of teams that we see don't use their keeper as their keeper in our sport, and so it makes it like a weird caveat. It also, and like maybe Nikki can speak to this. I don't know, Josh. Do you always wear the penny? Nikki, Nikki sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. Like, are you ever confused in those not like confused, but like, do you ever have to take a second and think like, can I do this or not?
I'm not the keeper. Yes. Yeah. I've been confused a couple of times. Like I got myself in a 2-on-1 situation because I went outside of the box when I was a keeper to get a better position to save the ball, and I got called 2-on-1. So it does kind of mess with you. And I think that's kind of what happened to Lucas Dutra in the semifinal game.
Probably.
He's been a keeper for most of the tournament, and then he was not a keeper. Yeah.
Also, when you're in game mode, you just want to save the ball, right? Like you're just trying to keep that ball from rolling
Exactly.
over. Pretty much
Yeah.
regardless. Like I could see myself doing that in a situation. Like you're just trying to keep that out of there, you know?
Yeah. You're doing everything you can and take your chances on a PK. Oh, speaking of which, do you think that the PK should be done after a situation like that? Because I felt like the damage was already damaging enough, losing the player. And then now you're doing a PK because a ball was saved from a non-keeper.
Yeah, but it would be that's what we're doing here, right? We're hot takes. Like to me, for a defensive player to take a red in that situation and for the offense to not get a PK would be terribly inconsistent with the rules of the rest of the game. Like defensive player takes a red while saving a ball.
Yeah.
In every other instance I can think of, like that's a PK. So I think it would be inconsistent to do anything else. I get what you're saying because they just lost the guy, but like I don't know.
Right.
Like that's a defensive red card. You probably get a kick in the box. There.
Exactly. So David said, I think the writing of it is good. It just didn't seem enforced. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Brett said, Penny, we're starting to have Kristen learn it again. We had Jackson done it for the last few years.
And I just think, and I really do, Nikki, want to hear your take on this because your team messes with it all the time. Like for me, I would think it would be confusing to wear it not confusing, but like your natural in the moment reactions, are they delayed because you have to think about what position you're in and what you can and can't do?
If you're switching back and forth a lot, yeah. But I've been wearing the petty for over a year now, so
always. Because PJ was wearing it occasionally for a while.
Not last season.
Okay.
Or this season. Okay. But I also think this rule is just not known. Like I didn't know it was a rule until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. After it happened at this America's Cup, my team was talking about it. Some people on our team didn't know it was a rule either. I just think the hard part is like if you're not the goalie and you're in the goal box, like I don't know, are you looking down at the ground to see if you're like on the line or not? Like that would. I feel like that's like too many things to be worried about.
Yeah, I also think it comes with time too. Like you don't have to look down, like you said, to see where you are. I think it just becomes more of a spatial learning. Like how far back are you, and how much of your chair is behind the goal line versus in front of the goal line.
But like when you're trying to save a ball, you're not like, oh my gosh, let me get off the line.
You're not thinking about it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like you're not like I would imagine. And thanks, Rayton, agreeing with me in the comments here, at least giving some credence to my argument here. Yeah. Like you don't have time to think about that. Like, you don't have time to think about what position you're playing in that moment.
No.
So I think it should just be a yellow to the person who asked that question.
Even if they stop a goal.
Okay.
What about Nathan's hot take here?
Just awarding the goal.
Just give him the goal.
But if the PK is as easy as it is, why not?
If they score the goal,
because then it's pointless.
Yeah.
I mean, like I get what I get it, haha. But like, no, you can't just like award it. Like,
okay, Mooney PK, no red once, and PK was red twice. Okay, I'm not
like you get a warning the first time.
Oh,
you get a warning for violence. Okay, you guys are.
Oh, speaking of warnings, I feel like there were a lot of warnings in this tournament. A little too many warnings, especially Francisco Wild. He got too many warnings before a card was even issued.
I ranted and raved about this on one of our recaps. Were you on with me that day, John?
I think I was. Yeah, I think
you were too. I think you both were.
Yeah.
I ranted and raved about this. How many warnings do you get for doing the same exact thing before it's a card?
Yeah. All right. So David said, while I don't usually play keeper, I do play in the box a lot, and I feel like if I'm having to make a save that would push the limit of going over the goal line, I've failed as a defensive player. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Brett, that's what I'm saying. Saying. Like, this is what I was so fired up about in the recap was like, dude got like warning after warning after warning after warning. And then we come back next half. He gets another warning. And then Lexi gets carded out of nowhere. Like, that was a foul. She missed that ball. She drove into the kid.
Yeah.
But like, how is that all of a sudden a card? Agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
it was too inconsistent for me.
The 3-strike system on what though? Because I don't like the idea of like if you stop a goal that it's just like a yellow. Like I actually think like if you violate a rule to deny a goal scoring opportunity, that's a red, that's a PK. That's what it would be in the outdoor game. And that's what, and I'm going against my own rule because I always say we shouldn't follow those rules to the letter. We should make our sport our own. But I just think that to me has to stay consistent.
What if an offensive player pushes you over the line? Should you
that would be my next question. Yeah. What if they push you over?
No, then it's like hockey to me. Then it's like goaltender interference. Like, if you get pushed over, like, what are you going to do about that?
You don't get.
But then we don't have replay in our sport, so that like we can't go back and look. Like, did they get pushed?
I mean, VR, right? Is that what you do?
I would be all for that if you want to know the truth. Nathan and Brett get on it. VAR next year. Let's go.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
One coach's challenge plus the final 2 minutes. Let's do it.
Michael says she had one warning, but it wasn't even to her. What?
Yeah, no, it was to the player on the other team, wasn't it?
What?
There was a warning right before that, like before it, and then like we took that set play off of that warning, that foul that was a warning. Then Lexi crashed into the guy and got a card, and she just missed the ball. That's all. It wasn't like
crazy. Okay,
it's a 3-strike system on contact. So what you get like 2 warnings and then a card? Is that what we're saying, David?
What's considered a contact? It's like a light tap or inadvertent tap or like full on contact. In the rule that says it is not a penalty, then if you're pushed.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But that's just a tough one to call, I would think.
And Brett has put on his thinking face.
He's
thinking.
He's like quick Googling the price of like video cameras and VAR. What's a Surface tablet cost?
The tracking system. Yes.
Well, about 20 of them.
VR would be on fire on championship games. I totally agree. That'd be super awesome. 2 warnings. A card for third infraction, a red for the fourth infraction. That's a lot.
I agree with you, Josh. I think that there are fouls where you just call a foul and everybody walks away because it was obviously a foul, but it wasn't anything crazy and we can all just move on with our lives. Then there's the foul that's borderline, right? Like, is that a foul or is that a card? And on those ones, I feel like if you get warned about that type of foul, and I've gotten myself a few yellow cards for arguing this exact point, which is like if you get a yellow, or if you get a warning for a foul that's a borderline yellow, why do you get that warning again? And like, I get, if that's how they do it in Europe, whatever.
Right.
But to me, if you go in hard and you jostle somebody, maybe they come out of their strap, maybe they fall forward, maybe like there's a big bang and we got to check on somebody. Like if you get a warning for that, why am I letting you do it again before you get a card?
Exactly. I think it just has to be blatantly obvious. It's kind of like I compared it last season. I kind of compare it to playoff hockey, right? Especially when it's like game 7 and it's in overtime, right? They're not going to call penalties on something that's so minute unless it's super, super, super obvious, right? And I kind of feel like that's kind of the way it goes with power soccer.
Well, we did an episode, Josh, you and I, with Alex, I think, last season, when we had Mike McCoy on, and we asked him that question. We said, does it change how you call it, depending on, like, game situation and, like, whether it's – and, like, his response – and I don't go back and watch that episode. I don't want to speak for Mike. But my takeaway from it is, like, the way he responded was, no, we call it different at different levels, meaning, right, like Founders are going to be different than Premier, but your game should be consistent front to back. It shouldn't matter if it's overtime. It shouldn't matter if it's the first 5 minutes of the game. Yeah. That was Mike's response to that question, as I recall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's the way they're trying. That's, Mike is teaching a lot of these guys. Like that is the message that we're sending is to not do that. And I get your point, but like playoff NHL hockey is a lot. I mean, like we're not body checking over here.
No, we're not body checking, but it's the same thing. Like you getting shifted around in your chair because you got hit so hard. Then that should be
But that's what I'm saying. Like my famous, infamous, notorious, maybe just in my own mind, yellow that I took in St. Louis several years ago was over exactly that. Like Kenzie had gotten hit incredibly hard, got knocked out of her straps.
Yeah.
And then a few minutes later, the exact same player hit her in the exact same manner. She flopped forward, came out of her straps again, and I was in the middle of the court. Because are we going to, like, okay, it's almost crazy that's a warning in the beginning, and we don't have to get into all of that. But, like, if you make the same foul again and the ref just warned you for it, like next time that's a card, then why are they doing that again? Okay, next time it's really a card.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. So there was some of the games, especially against Uruguay and Argentina, there was a lot of things that kind of were let go, and there was some that was Uruguay. I think Uruguay had a tendency to get under the skin of the players on purpose, and they were really trying to get penalized or try to get penalties and fouls. Like they were backing into people on purpose, even before the ball was kicked. Mm-hmm. And Argentina did that a lot too. So it was very interesting to see that. And Francisco Wild, the ball was dead, and the referee was about to get the ball to set it. He kicked it away.
He's kind of an edgy player.
I've seen him do that before.
Well, he likes to toe the line. To kind of test where that limit is, and I get it. Yeah, like I respect it as long as it's safe.
That's very interesting. Very interesting.
And I agree with David's comment below too. I mean, I think if you're playing in a way that, like the way we want to see the game played, like you're there's going to be contact. There's going to be incidental contact. There's going to be contact initiated, but needs to be consistent, needs to be in the qualifying tournaments. It needs to prepare you for the big show, right? The World Cup.
Yeah. So then that kind of begs the question of, if we do go to the Paralympics, our sport is finally accepted into the catalog of the Paralympics. From an entertainment standpoint of the fans, should we have a little more should we have some contact?
Body checking?
No, not body checking, but it's like just a little bit of contact. Because you see it a lot at a premier level. There's more contact than the Founders Conference, and there's no dead ball. There's a lot less whistles. A lot less whistles means a lot more flow. A lot more flow means more rhythm, and more rhythm means awesome plays that leads to goals.
Well, but then by the same rationale, like, are you not calling 2-on-1s as tight then because you want the flow?
Exactly.
Like, I think that's the catch-22 is like, if you're going to have those rules, that rule is intended to open up the passing lanes and keep the game open. Yeah. Like if we're trying to keep the game open and less whistles and that kind of thing, but we can, we're putting the cart before the horse a little bit with that one. And I'm here for it. Like I'm here for those hypothetical conversations, but I think
it's a conversation we're going to have in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, this has been incredible. Let's take just a moment. If anybody has a last minute thought or question, throw it in the chat. We've been going a little over an hour. I think we're kind of reaching like a natural place to stop. If you guys have more to say, please let us know. But thank you so much for joining us for this. This was a blast. I'm having a real good time. Thank you for
this again.
Thank you for showing up and listening to our opinions and sharing yours and arguing with us. This is fantastic.
Yep. Okay. So Michael Sack said, once Fox starts broadcasting the FIFA World Cup, perhaps we can implement VR then. Ooh. I do seriously wonder if it's time we get a big broadcast partner to televise the World Cup. Perhaps NBC/Peacock.
Call them up. Get them over here.
I like it. David said, I think a lot of my opinions stem from the fact that I watch a lot of European play, and they avoid a lot of contact and physicality and play much more open and passing focused game. I couldn't agree with you more. It's so much more finesse with the European League. A lot more passing. Again, a lot wider court leads to passing. So, yeah.
Brett says, heart emoji, America 100 and gold medal.
Thank you for narrating that comment for us, Nikki. I really appreciate the translation. Thank you.
But yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a very entertaining tournament to watch and to.
I wish we got them more often.
Oh, I wish that too. I would say the USA versus England friendly. That was the first one of our sport, and I thought it was really awesome. We need to see more of that again, more friendlies. I love you, Josh. I love you too. I don't know who you are, that 1/4, but I love you too.
Josh, you got the sunglasses?
What up, Bill and Nikki? Just watch the last European qualifier, especially France and England. They played so open the whole tournament. I watched that whole tournament, and they are way more open.
And that's what you guys have to get ready for. That's what you guys have to look forward to in the World Cup now. Is to defend that and to play within.
Yeah, tell Winslow to kick it up a notch. He's not fast enough.
Oh. Calling out national
I'm
players
kidding.
On the broadcast.
I'm kidding. Who am I to judge and get the hardest kicker in the game? I'm the second best dwarf of power soccer. Is that you?
Were you the second worst? Second best?
Am I the first or is he the? I don't know.
Somebody says we should do this once a month. I do. Just to that point, I think I would be nice, and I think there are folks in our sport that are talking about this, but I think it would be nice to get more games recorded, more games like announced, like what Tony and Peyton were doing this whole tournament. I think I know there are folks talking about doing that with some of our domestic games as well. So I hope we see that. That gives us more to talk about, makes things easier to cover for those of us that are trying to do that.
Yeah.
So I hope we see more of that. Thanks again to all of you guys for, Brett, I didn't know if you were still in here working on that. We love to see it. That would be amazing.
Please send us your highlights, like your individual highlight or like your top play of the game. You know,
your sizzle.
Yeah, we want to put it on here and put it on our social, and then it kind of grab the attention of you playing for Team USA in the future. Who knows? It helps. The more stuff you have out there, the more you'll get recognized. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure, but that's what one would assume. Get us to play every weekend. I like it.
Buy us a plane.
Yes. That would be awesome.
You can fly Josh and I around. We'll call all the matches.
That would be fun. Right. Let's do it.
Or actually, Peyton and Tony can call the matches. We'll be the studio. We'll call it in the studio.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do the sideline reporting.
Yeah, exactly. Sideline reporting and like halftime, pregame and post.
Perfect.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
Love it. All right, we got that covered for you, Brett. There you go.
We got that covered. Okay, we're going to be making a request for anyone that has media from previous games, well, as people who are willing to volunteer to run a live stream at the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah,
encouraging tournaments if they can to live stream them and to have recordings of them would be great.
David, on it, money, got it.
Love it. All right, guys. Well,
hold on. We got one more. Looney said, "What about teams like Shockwave versus England's teams in France?" So are you talking like our Shockwave playing against those teams and
like a club World Cup?
How they would fare? That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. I
think a club tournament like that would be cool.
It would be. I mean, we did have the Club Team World Cup that happened right after our nationals, and I think the Shockwave would have gone, but it was right after a national tournament, and there's no chance that we could have sent our team to. I forget where it was, somewhere in Europe. So yeah,
just too close together.
It was very too close. Yeah. So, anywho, well, Bill, take us away.
Nikki, Josh, either we got any last minute parting words for everybody before I sign us out?
Hey, have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Eat lots of food, get nice and fat, and you know how it is. So lots of turkey, lots of gravy. Hey.
Nikki, nothing. All right. Well, again, thank you all so much for joining us. This was so much fun. Hopefully we can do this again. We appreciate you coming in, sharing your thoughts, your time with us. For Power Soccer Shop, we are 3 in the box. We will see you in December with a brand new episode. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.